All right, we have some time to do some Q&A. So please help me welcome back to the stage Rachael, Abigail, Holder. Such a beautiful movie. Come on to the stage.
Can André please come here, please? And join me on stage. And DeWanda. Oh, you guys are there.
Nicole. Cassandra, our producers, Kate, Lisa, Rebecca, Patrick. So, all the photographers saying, step up into the light. Beautiful people. We have some time for Q&A, and I will moderate and repeat the questions that come from the front to the back. And I'll get it started because this movie is really special. You know, it's a romance that has so much meaning in terms of how the city is changing as you're like kind of emotionally coming of age, and you're engaging things like gentrification. You know. And I wonder if I could draw you out on that theme, because it's so strong and it's so relevant. And you know, how do you come emotionally mature in a city that you were depending on one thing and is changing into another thing, and just the emotional effects of gentrification, which is what I think is quite interesting and distinctive about this film. Okay.
Can I say first of all, thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna let you finish it. But I have to. I'm sorry. But it means so much that y'all came out to sit with the movie to show some love to it. Like this was when I say labor of love, man. You know, you're talking about community, and like this was such a community effort. Every single person on this stage said yes to this. We didn't have no money, y'all. We didn't have no time. Like we had to like call friends for locations. We shot in Cassandra's house. Like it was one of those. And so in a way, I feel like the movie itself is about community. That's what we were hoping to tell, Rachel, I think, right? Like the story is people fighting to hold on to their community against this like rapidly changing landscape behind them, which is something I think we can all relate to, not just in Brooklyn, but in many communities around the world. But this community stuck together and like saw this thing all the way through, man. I'm gonna get choked up if I don't stop talking, so I'm gonna shut up. But I wanna say thank you all for showing up. And not just the people on the stage too, so many of our crew are here as well, man. Thank you all for being here.
You can jump in anytime, but I'm gonna keep talking. So Rachael, you helped this community so well, really drew out these performances, these characters. Were you channeling kind of like how you're living as a creative person in a city that's changing, and how you find people around you like emotionally growing into a city that's changing all around them?
Obviously, your life. Got it. Yeah, I mean, I definitely drove from my own life and infusing the culture into this piece. And I think we all grew up in New York as artists, and that's a very specific experience, especially living in Brooklyn. And we wanted to sort of leave that untouched. We wanted to show Brooklyn as Brooklyn. So I'm really glad and proud that we were able to do that.
And the thing that seemed that remained untouched was the green. You know, the things big things happened in the park as people going through the park. It's really notable. So I wondered if I could draw you out on that.
Yes. I love the green of Brooklyn so much. It gives me peace. It puts serotonin in my body to see light hit green in Brooklyn. And I really wanted to give that to you. That's why we started with some deep breaths, because I wanted you guys to be ready to receive that peace. I think we all need a little bit of peace right now. And so I took you guys to Brooklyn, for the pieces of Brooklyn that I find peace in.
Any questions from the audience? We'll start from the front, and then I'll make our way to the back.
Pink hat right there.
The fellow there in the pink hat.
Yes, I'm a strong believer as a creative that webs work when the silk connects. So creating this web of creation, how did you grow from this experience of making this film?
How did you grow from this by making this movie? Creatively, that's the question.
DeWanda, Rachael.
That's right, you're right. Yes.
I grew more inspired, even just being a part of this production, just seeing people that are, coming from the South, you don't get around a lot of people that are in the arts on a regular basis. So when I made the move to New York, there was definitely a much more like proof that there are other people that you're running with. And when you run the pack, you run faster, you run stronger, you run longer. And so I think seeing the people that André brought to this production, these are people I would have, just coming from stand-up, coming from comedy and sitcoms, I would have never met any of these people. I would have never been around any of these people. So I leave this production with more connections and more belief that, you can make an idea happen no matter how long it took. It took 6 years to get to this place. I mean, Rachael and André can speak to that, to the production runway on this, but I just left more inspired.
I think I grew.
This is from more younger. I grew in gratitude for sure that the way that I see myself and my soul is seen by someone else who I feel like can see who I am in my soul. And that is to say that the work that I want most to exist in the world, I know well the people who are making it happen. And for that, I'm really, 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 really grateful.
All right, the person on the end. Yes, that's you. Yes.
Hi, y'all did an amazing job. Thank you so much. I'm an actor as well, and I'm really drawn by the dialogue. And I just wanted maybe Rachael or even the cast to speak on how much was improvised. What was that collaboration like with Paul, the writer? What did that look like for you guys?
Question about the director and performers collaboration and what was improv, did that play a role? What was it like?
I think a great deal of, is this working? I don't want to give you mine.
I don't know.
This one is hello everybody. Actually the script is extremely solid and fulfilled all the needs of the characters. But I think as far as my scenes with Roger's scenes, we had a lot of opportunities to improvise, to give us that sort of freedom and encouragement to be quirky and slightly erotic and bring out all the colors that are not necessarily asked for Black women. So that was a lot of fun. Rachael was very supportive of that. But yeah, there are some lines in there. There was one I caught at the end. I think it was cut cooch. I think it was. I was like, yo, y'all kept that? That's crazy. But yeah, we had a good time.
And I think,
I was gonna say, I just wanna say one more time, like, I've never seen a movie like this in this particular way. And the writer is, not a Black man. And I think this is a perfect example of a script that was based on just the idea of how difficult love is and how love is different today. I feel like it's a time capsule of like, these are the types of conversations people are having. So I think Rachael really allowed us to have room, and even though my character, I love my character, she's so neurotic and all over the place, but like, there's so many different types of Black people in this movie. And I think you could have done this movie with white people, with Italian people, with, you put whoever you want, and this just happens to be the culture of Blackness. So maybe the music changes and the food changes, but the soul of what these people are going through is pretty timeless.
Question there with black hat, yes.
Beautiful movie. I've got to believe that financing productions like this can't be easy. So hats off to you, but I am curious what actually helped you get to that part of the business of getting to finished product and you can just support you like, what was the story?
Our producers are here.
Really hard. Really, really hard. I mean, Andre's done a lot of different reasons, he's talked about it, but I read the script 6 years ago, and we went out to everybody that you normally go out to in Hollywood, and everybody said no. And we were really fortunate that Andre has a long friendship with Steven Soderbergh, and Steven believed in us and believed in Andre, and just kind of said, I'm gonna give you the money, you guys go make this. We did have to find some additional financing as well, and we're really, really fortunate to have some people come in and help kind of fill in the gaps with that. But it really was a long journey, and a lot of people saying no. And you know, there were definitely days where I did not think that we would actually finish the movie. I think I had a lot of conversations with Andre and Patrick and Lisa where I was like, I don't know if we're ever gonna make this movie. So it's pretty phenomenal to be here again.
All right, there's a hand raised in the back with a hat on, yes. I think so. Give it a shot.
Coming from a senior, I'm finishing my last year studying film. What sort of tips would you give someone like me as I'm finishing over
This is a young filmmaker. I'm asking for tips.
I would say what I always heard, which is continue creating. When I was a senior, which was 1,000 years ago now, I definitely did not have an iPhone. I definitely did not have a way to sort of make a movie on the go with friends. I think that regardless of where that art that you create with your friends ends up, I think always creating and reminding yourself of the artist that you are is really important, so that when you do get that opportunity, you know what to say yes to and how to say yes.
Can I just say one quick answer to that too, brother? I think like finding your people, finding your community is such an important part of it too. I think it's easy, and I felt that way too, where it feels like making something is so hard, and it is hard, but it's not impossible. And in the case of this movie, you know, again, I ain't gonna cry, but looking down here, man, Cassandra and I went to undergrad. We were to Florida State together. We know each other, we were 18 years old. Roy and I, both from Alabama, known each other forever. Nicole and I, you were at Juilliard when I was at NYU. DeWanda and I were at NYU together. Lanaria and I from Alabama worked on Selma together. And like, this whole production was a consequence of us just calling our community and saying, hey man, we want to do this thing. Like, we believe that there's, you know, we want to put a love story into the world. We want to put the camera on Black people and just let them exist. And not have a story that spins on trauma or violence or car chases or like, and maybe, like, it's kind of crazy to say it, but like, maybe in a way, that's a radical thing. You know what I mean? Just to watch Black folks just live and love and try to figure shit out with each other. And I love that. And I hope people feel it. I can feel that y'all do. I hope other people in the world do as well. And I hope more movies like it come to exist. So I would just say, man, find your people, you know, get with your community, man, and just make it happen, you know, in whatever way you can. And also, find me on Instagram, man. We can talk offline. And maybe we can make some things happen. But thank y'all so much.
It's the magic of Sundance.